Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something real straight from the heart. Every single day you open your eyes, that is a gift from God. Somebody didn't wake up this morning, but you did. And if you did, that means you got something left to do. Too many of us take that breath, that sunrise, that heartbeat for granted. We roll over, grab our phone, and complain about the day before it even starts. But listen to me, you were given this day with purpose. You were given this day because God still has something that He wants you to accomplish. Every single morning when your eyes open, that's not routine, that's not automatic, that's a blessing straight from God. Somebody laid down last night with plans for today, but they didn't make it. Somebody set their alarm, packed their bag, and even wrote out their schedule, but their name wasn't on the wake-up list this morning. Yet here you are, still breathing, still moving, still alive. That right there should change the way you look at your life. We treat waking up like it's just something that happens, like it's owed to us. But it's not. It's a gift. And the truth is, it could be taken at any moment. See, if you started every day with that thought that you are alive when someone else isn't, you would carry yourself differently. You wouldn't waste so much time complaining, scrolling, comparing yourself to somebody else's highlight reel on social media. You'd be too busy being grateful, too busy chasing the dreams you've been given another shot at. Life is fragile, man. It's like a vapor. Here one moment, gone the next. And the fact that God chose to let you see another sunrise means there's still something left inside you that the world needs. There's still a purpose with your name on it. I'll be real with you. Too many people waste their mornings. They wake up mad at life, already defeated before the day even begins. They hit snooze 5 times. They drag themselves out of bed. They start thinking about yesterday's problems instead of today's opportunities. You can't live like that and expect greatness. When you wake up, you got to understand that's the most valuable moment of your day. That first breath, that first step, that first thought, set the tone for everything that follows. If you wake up in gratitude, you carry that energy with you. If you wake up in negativity, you carry that too. The choice is always yours. Think about it like this. Every breath you take is currency. And every day is like God handing you a brand new bank account with 24 hours in it. Once the day is gone, you don't get a refund. You can't roll those hours over to tomorrow. They're either used or wasted. And if you understand that, you stop treating your life like it's disposable. You stop letting little things throw you off because you realize your time is too valuable to spend it angry, bitter, or lost. I know some people wake up and say, but Steve, you don't know what I'm going through. And you're right. I don't know your exact struggle, but I do know this. As long as you are alive, you still have a chance to change it. The fact that you open your eyes means you're not done yet. Your story ain't over. Don't let your problems make you forget the blessing. Problems are temporary, but life itself, that's irreplaceable. If you waste the gift of waking up, you'll spend your days stuck in the same cycle, blaming everything and everyone for why your life isn't different, when the truth is, the difference begins the second you decide to treat your morning like a miracle. Every morning is an invitation. It's God saying, here's another day. What are you going to do with it? You can choose to keep doing the same thing, living on autopilot, or you can wake up and say, today I'm going to do better. Today I'm going to honor this gift, because at the end of the day, it's not the big moments that change your life. It's the daily decision to appreciate the little ones. And the biggest little thing you got is that chance to wake up. Don't ever take that for granted. Purpose is what gives your life shape. Without purpose, you just exist. You wake up, go through the motions, pay bills, complain about what's wrong, and then go to bed waiting for the weekend. That's not living, that's surviving. And surviving is not what you were created for. God didn't put you on this earth just to take up space. He gave you a gift a talent, a calling, and when you wake up in the morning, that's your opportunity to use it. Purpose is the reason behind your steps, the direction that keeps you from drifting, the engine that keeps you moving forward even when you don't feel like it. When you've got purpose, your mornings hit different. You don't just roll out of bed dragging your feet. You rise with intention. You know where you're going and you know why. Even if you don't have every detail figured out, purpose gives you the energy to keep pushing. Without it, life feels heavy. Every little problem feels bigger because you don't have something pulling you forward. That's why so many people feel stuck, lost, or depressed. They've never connected to what they're really here for. Now, I'm not saying purpose is always clear from day one. Sometimes it takes trial and error. Sometimes you gotta fail, you gotta struggle, you gotta wander for a while before you find out what your true calling is. But here's the good news. The search is part of the purpose. Every experience you go through, every job you hate, every door that closes on you, it's all guiding you closer to where you're supposed to be. Don't look at rejection as the end. Look at it as redirection. Every no you face is just pushing you toward the yes that belongs to you. The thing about purpose is it gives you focus. When you have it, you stop wasting energy on things that don't matter. You don't have time to argue with people about nonsense. You don't have time to envy what somebody else has. You don't have time to complain about what's not going your way. You're too busy staying locked in on your vision. Purpose is like blinders on a racehorse. It keeps your eyes forward so you don't get distracted by what's on the side. And let me tell you, the world is full of distractions. If you don't have purpose, you'll get pulled in 1,000 different directions and end up nowhere. Purpose also gives you strength on the tough days. Let's be real, not every day is sunshine and success. Some mornings you wake up tired, broke, or frustrated. Some mornings it feels like the world is against you. But when you've got purpose, you've got something bigger than the pain. You've got a reason to keep going when everything in you wants to quit. That's why you see some people push through struggles that would break somebody else, because they're not driven by comfort, they're driven by calling. And here's what I've learned. Purpose is not just about you. It's about the people your life is connected to. Somebody out there needs your example, your story, your encouragement. If you don't live your purpose, somebody else misses their blessing. That's how important you are. You might think your role is small, but you have no idea whose life you're impacting just by staying true to what you were put here to do. So every morning you wake up, ask yourself, am I moving with purpose today? Am I making choices that align with where I want to be? Or am I just letting life happen to me? Because the truth is, without purpose, you drift. But with purpose, you drive. And when you drive, you don't just move, you arrive. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forces you can tap into. And most people overlook it because they're too focused on what they don't have. I learned a long time ago that when you start your day with gratitude, your whole perspective shifts. Gratitude is not just about saying thank you for the obvious blessings. It's about recognizing the small things, the everyday gifts, the moments we take for granted. Waking up, being able to walk, having food to eat, having people in your life who care about you. Those things are bigger than any paycheck or promotion. The problem is when you only focus on what's missing, you blind yourself to the blessings that are already there. And that attitude blocks opportunities from coming your way. See, God doesn't put more on your plate if you can't appreciate what's already there. If you're complaining about the car you drive, how can you expect him to bless you with a better one? If you're upset about your small apartment, how can you be trusted with a bigger house? Gratitude is the key that unlocks the next level. When you thank God for the little, He knows you're ready for the much. It's not about settling. It's about showing you recognize the value in what you already have. Opportunities come when your eyes are open, and gratitude is what clears your vision. Without it, you walk around blinded by bitterness, comparing yourself to everybody else, jealous of what they've got, and too distracted to see the doors opening in front of you. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people miss their blessing because they were so caught up in somebody else's life that they ignored their own. Gratitude keeps you grounded. It reminds you that your journey is yours alone. And if you keep appreciating each step, the road will lead exactly where it's supposed to. Let me put it another way. Gratitude is a magnet. When you live in a state of appreciation, you attract more things to appreciate. You ever notice how people who constantly complain seem to always have something else to complain about? And people who stay thankful, even in tough times, always seem to find another blessing? That's not a coincidence. That's a mindset. Your attitude determines your outcome. You can't rise higher if your spirit is weighed down with negativity. Gratitude lifts you up so you can see further, dream bigger, and step through doors you didn't even know existed. And gratitude doesn't just change what happens to you, it changes how you respond to what happens. Life is going to throw problems at you. That's guaranteed. But when you're grateful, you stop seeing problems as punishment and start seeing them as preparation. Instead of asking, why me, you start saying, thank you for the lesson. That shift right there is powerful because the person who learns from challenges will always come out stronger than the one who runs from them. Gratitude turns obstacles into stepping stones, and that's how opportunities are born. Don't make the mistake of waiting for everything to be perfect before you're thankful. If you can't be grateful in the storm, you won't know how to appreciate the sunshine. Gratitude isn't about having everything. It's about seeing the value in what you already have while working for more. When you get up in the morning and write down 3 things you're thankful for, you train your mind to look for the good instead of the bad. And once your mind starts looking for good, you'll find it everywhere, in people, in places, in chances you never noticed before. Gratitude is like opening the curtains on your life. Without it, you're sitting in the dark, complaining that you can't see. With it, the light comes in, and suddenly you realize the opportunities were there all along. You just had to adjust your vision. Everybody wants to be successful. Everybody wants to live their dream, but very few people are willing to do what it actually takes to get there. And let me tell you, dreaming is free, but the hustle is sold separately. You can pray about it, you can talk about it, you can vision board it, but until you put discipline and consistency behind that dream, it's never going to come to life. Dreams don't work unless you do. The truth is, discipline is the bridge between where you are right now and where you want to be. And consistency is the vehicle that carries you across it. Discipline means doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. Everybody loves the idea of success on the days when motivation is high, when the sun is shining, when the path looks easy. But real success is built in the moments when you're tired, when you're broke, when nobody's clapping for you, when you'd rather give up but you keep going anyway. That's discipline. It's telling yourself no when the easy option is right there in front of you because you know the easy road never leads to greatness. Discipline is sacrifice, and sacrifice is the price you pay for the future you want. But discipline alone isn't enough if you don't stay consistent. You can't just work hard once in a while and expect results. You can't go to the gym for a week, eat right for a month, or work on your business only when it's convenient and think your life will change. Consistency is showing up every day, rain or shine, win or lose, and putting in the effort It's planting seeds day after day, even when you don't see anything growing yet, because you know that harvest doesn't come overnight. The people who win in life aren't always the most talented, but they are the most consistent. They outlast the quitters. They keep swinging until the breakthrough comes. I know some folks say, Steve, I just don't have the time. But here's the reality. You have the same 24 hours as everyone else. The difference between people who make it and people who don't is not time, it's priorities. Successful people discipline themselves to spend their time on things that move them forward. They don't waste it on gossip, distractions, or things that add no value. They put consistency into their grind, and over time, that grind pays off. It may not pay off today, it may not pay off tomorrow, but discipline plus consistency always adds up. And let me be real with you. There will be days when you see no progress, when it feels like all the work you're putting in is pointless. That's when most people quit. But that's also when the discipline and consistent keep pushing. Success is not about big leaps. It's about small steps taken daily that add up to something massive. The dream is free, but the journey is not. And the ones who make it to the finish line are the ones who refuse to stop walking. You can want a better life, you can pray for a better life, but without discipline and consistency, it stays a wish. God can open doors for you, but you still have to walk through them. And that walk takes effort every single day. Don't just work when it feels good. Work when it feels hard. Don't just be committed when people are watching. Be committed when no one is looking. Because success is not about what you do occasionally. It's about what you do consistently. And when you combine discipline with consistency, that dream in your head becomes the life in your hands. Life is never going to be smooth sailing all the way through. And if you expect it to be, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Challenges are not punishments. They're lessons, and they're put in your path for a reason. Every struggle you go through is preparing you for something bigger. I know it's hard to see that when you're in the middle of the storm, when bills are piling up, when doors are closing, when people walk out of your life. But I promise you, none of it is wasted. God never allows pain without purpose. The challenge is there to shape you, to build you, to strengthen you, to prepare you for the blessings waiting on the other side. Think about it. Nobody gets strong without resistance. You can't build muscle if you don't lift weights. And the heavier the weight, the stronger you become. Life works the same way. The difficulties you face are the weights you've been given to carry, not to break you, but to build you. Every time you push through, you get stronger. Every time you refuse to quit, you grow. You may not see it in the moment, but down the line, you'll realize that what you thought was a curse was actually your greatest teacher. The truth is, challenges reveal who you really are. It's easy to be positive when everything is going right. It's easy to talk about faith when the money's flowing, the job is good, and the relationships are smooth. But real character shows up when things get hard. Who are you when the odds are stacked against you? Who are you when nothing seems to work out? That's when you find out what you're made of. And if you learn to stand tall in those moments, you'll discover strength you didn't know you had. One of the mistakes people make is thinking challenges mean they're on the wrong path. But sometimes the obstacles are proof that you're exactly where you need to be. The bigger the vision, the bigger the opposition. If your dream didn't scare you or test you, it wouldn't be worth it. You don't get to greatness without going through something. Every successful person you admire has a story of struggle behind their success. They didn't get there without pain, without setbacks, without failure. The challenge was the price they had to pay for the life they wanted, and they chose to keep going instead of quitting. When challenges come, don't waste your energy asking, why me? Ask, what is this teaching me? That one shift in perspective can change everything. If you lost a job, maybe the lesson is to step into entrepreneurship. If the relationship ended, maybe the lesson is to love yourself first. If the plan failed, maybe the lesson is to trust God's timing instead of your own. Every situation has something to teach you if you're willing to listen. The problem is too many people get so stuck in complaining that they miss the lesson. And when you miss the lesson, life has a way of bringing it back around until you learn it. You have to trust that the challenges are molding you into the person you need to become to handle the blessings you've been praying for. Because let me tell you, blessings come with weight too. Success is heavy. Responsibility is heavy. If you can't carry the struggle, you won't be able to carry the success either. The very challenges you hate right now are the training ground for the greatness you're asking for. Embrace them, grow from them, and keep moving forward, because one day you'll look back and realize that the very thing you thought was breaking you was actually shaping you into exactly who you were meant to be. When you wake up with purpose and decide to live your life with meaning, it's never just about you. Purpose is bigger than one person, because the truth is your life is connected to other lives in ways you don't even see. Every decision you make, every action you take, every step you commit to, it all has a ripple effect. You might think your journey is personal, but the way you choose to live can inspire, uplift, and even change the course of someone else's life. That's why living with purpose is so important. It's not just about finding your own path. It's about opening doors for others along the way. See, too many people think purpose is selfish, like it's all about chasing your own dreams and goals. But when you really live with intention, your purpose starts to serve others. When you walk in your calling, you give people around you permission to do the same. Somebody's watching how you carry yourself. Somebody's looking at how you handle setbacks, how you stay consistent, how you keep faith when times get hard. You might not even know it, but your life is the testimony somebody else needs to believe they can make it too. Think about the people who influence you most. Maybe it was a parent, a teacher, a friend, or even a stranger who spoke life into you when you needed it most. They were living with purpose, whether they realized it or not, and their decision to keep going had a direct impact on your life. Now you have the chance to be that person for someone else. Purpose isn't about what you achieve alone. It's about the legacy you leave, the lives you touch, the hearts you lift, and the example you set. Living without purpose is dangerous, because when you drift, you pull other people into your drift. A parent without purpose can raise kids without direction. A leader without purpose can misguide a whole team. A person without purpose can drain the energy of everyone around them. But when you wake up determined to live on purpose, you become a source of light. You bring energy, hope, and vision into every room you enter. That energy spreads, and before long, you will see it reflected back in your family, your co-workers, your friends, and even strangers who cross your path. The truth is, your purpose is not just about what you do for yourself, but about what you unlock for others. If you've been blessed with knowledge, share it. If you've been blessed with resources, use them to lift somebody else up. If you've been blessed with strength, be a support to someone who feels weak. That's how impact works. It multiplies. One act of purpose-driven living can ripple through generations. Sometimes you won't even live to see the full results of your influence, but it doesn't matter, because the seeds you plant today will bear fruit in someone else's tomorrow. Don't underestimate your life. You might feel small, like you're not making a difference, but somebody's paying attention. Your children are watching. Your friends are listening. Your co-workers are learning from how you carry yourself. And even if nobody says it, people are drawing strength from your example. Living with purpose is contagious. When you commit to it, you give others the courage to ask themselves what their purpose is, and that's how communities change, how families transform, how generations rise. So understand this, when you wake up with purpose, it's not just your life that gets better. You become a blessing to everyone around you. you become proof that it's possible. And when one person decides to live with purpose, they light a fire that can spread far beyond what they ever imagined. That's the true power of purpose. It doesn't stop with you. It starts with you.